Alright, got that all squared away. Oh, happy Saturday, everybody. We're back from our little trip over the previous weekend. Been a lot of catching up, and a lot of things getting prepped for what is around the corner. Obviously, we had a Batman show drop this week, so that's been something I've been churning through. We got Umbrella Academy coming out in just a couple of days for the final season. Currently working on that, which that's going to be fun to get into. Then I'm actually going to be out of town again this coming weekend as well. I'm going to Steel City Con in Pittsburgh for just the Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I'll be at the Huntington Comic Con in Huntington, West Virginia. So going up, hopefully, because last weekend I met Martin Cove, William Zabka, Sholo Mariudueña, and Jacob Bertrand, and at Steel City Con, Ralph Macchio, Yuji Okamoto, Elizabeth Shue, Tanner Buchanan, Mary Mauser are all going to be there, and some familiar people from Galaxy Con as well, but those are the main ones I'm going for because they obviously weren't at the other ones, so that's definitely what I want to do for sure. So that's going to be fun. So hopefully I can do all that in one day. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. How was my week? It's been all right. It hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty fun. Nothing too crazy. Just catching up on everything. What's up, Caitlin? How are you doing? Hello, Dr. Kelly Monterosa. How are you? Deadpool and Colossus, Deadpool and Cable, now Deadpool and Wolverine. Lots of Deadpool ands. Hopefully we'll get a Deadpool and Spider-Man one of these days, which would be super awesome. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the flags, so I'm not sure what that indicates. But I love you for you, no matter what it is. Let's see. What's up, Caleb? How are you doing? What's up, Horse Lover, Jazzy, Sean, MLB fan? That's funny. I won't go into that. Anyway, welcome. What's up, Cody? Logan. So how do we tackle Deadpool and Wolverine spoilers? Like, do we wait a couple minutes or what? Well, I've got a pinned comment up there. Let me change it, though. I'm just gonna put Deadpool spoilers, spoiler. Wait, I don't know how to. What's the way to go about this? Just say beware. Deadpool spoilers are fair game. Maybe that's a little bit better. Replace pin. That way, at least, beware Deadpool is still in the in the title, at least. I mean, it's whatever. Like I said, like the general rule of thumb, if you're new here, is I only really bar spoilers the weekend of a movie release. TV shows, it's fair game most of the time, regardless. Unless it's a show that's dumped all of its stuff all at once. Obviously, not everybody's going to be able to catch up, but if it's like a weekly one-episode drop or whatever, I usually don't have any rules on barring spoiler conversations. But as far as like movies, like something you have to go out to the theater and go do, the first weekend is a no-go. And then, yeah, today, we're a week out from now. So it's fair game for what I can consider whatever, And Adit, shut your mouth. Let's see. What's up, Renan? What was my reaction towards RDJ coming back to Marvel? I was just like, what the fuck? I'll say that was my reaction for sure. I was like, what? Okay. I didn't see that coming. I understand it. And I think thematically, it works on a meta-contextual level. For people who genuinely want Doctor Doom to come into the universe, though, understandably, I get being upset. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do. As much as I would have just preferred Doctor Doom, we'll see. Like, as it works for this universe and how this story began and ended with Robert Downey Jr., I mean, I don't know, maybe like just an evil Tony would have been better, just rather than Victor Von Doom. But their enemy having his face, and then this world having to face this person that looks like this person they all respect. Like, I get it, I understand it, on top of just like it's a whole marketing thing. You know, all people that fell off, maybe we can get them back with Robert Downey. But like, I don't know. Part of me was like, I get it. I'm going to watch it no matter what. But I kind of would have wished we would have just cast, you know, somebody to play Doctor Doom, you know? Anyway. Dude, Harold and the Purple Crayon movie looks shit. I've seen the trailers for it, and it looks fine. Like, it's not something I want to go see. It's definitely not my kind of movie. It just looks like it's one that's going to come and go, and we'll probably barely remember it. It's not a property I grew up with or I'm familiar with, so it really has no attachment for me personally. I'm sure it might for some people, but that's not in my wheelhouse, so I'm personally not going to go out of my way to go check it out. The trailer didn't sell me on it. I'm not looking forward to it, so I don't know. I'm hearing that it's not doing too great, though. We'll see how it plays out in the long run, though. What's up, Aunt Gar? Hope you enjoyed your time at the cons. I did. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get to everybody that I wanted to, because it was Raleigh. I love it. I love these Galaxy cons. They make it very convenient to putting all these people in one place like that, man. But like, both times I've been to Raleigh, the organization and the staff, like, are just scatterbrained. Like, there's nonsensical decisions that are made. A lot of them are rude. So I don't know. I'll still go back next year, but you know, the people that I missed out on at this one will be at the GalaxyCon in Columbus, in which I had a much better experience at the last time I was at. Plus, it's a shorter drive, and I don't have to pay for a hotel because it's a 2.5-hour drive, and I'm totally fine just driving up and back every day. It's super easy for me. But yeah. Let's see. What's up, Jason? You're my favorite reactor. Well, thank you. Loving the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions. Who's my favorite character? I would have to say my favorite character overall is probably Fitz. I think Fitz is definitely my favorite character. It comes down to him, Daisy, and Coulson for sure. But Fitz all day, every day. He's going to be very behind on chat. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. Let's see here. What's up? Sorry, I always seem to disappear after I say one thing. I'm shy, but damn, all I gotta say is man dies when he is forgotten. Also, Luffy climbing the tower is so flippin' good. I loved that line. I love that sentiment. I've heard that said in different ways in different series and stuff like that, but I love the way they brought that about in that episode. And yes, Luffy's perseverance was beautiful to watch. And I'm going to watch Murder Drones on August 23rd. I've never seen a single episode of it. I assume it'll be a new episode, so likely not. I do maybe want to try checking it out one of these days. Again, I've mentioned this before. I've seen like clips from it, and when I've done a little recon on it when it was recommended, unless there's some other stuff and I just picked some really bad representations of it, I do not like the animation. Or the aesthetic at all. So maybe I saw some bad clips, maybe I saw something else. Maybe if I actually sit down and watch it, it'll be a whole other thing. But right now, I've got no motivation to really just power through and check it out. But we'll see. I do want to at least give it a chance. I will probably react to at least the first episode sometime. I don't know when though. Is that the trans flag? See, I don't know. Like, just like with, and I don't mean this in any kind of offensive way, but just like country flags, like when I'm looking at like flags of different countries, after like I can't distinct, like there's some that I can recognize outright, but then like I don't know, I can never identify the vast majority of them. But yes, okay, that is the trans flag. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, bad ally here. But I literally have a memory problem when it comes to all these things. Like, I just can't memorize it. I will try to do better. Where are we at here? How many episodes of the Cape Crusader have I watched so far? Only what you have seen. I haven't watched episode 4 yet, so I'm doing them as they go. I need to catch up. I need to at least get one ahead before I go away on Friday, but I'm sure that'll be easy once I get over this hump with all these things I need to watch it in advance. I think once the weekdays kick into gear, it'll be a little bit easier. But yeah, am I interested in watching Trap or Alien Romulus? Alien Romulus is a resounding yes, because it looks like a classic Alien film. I love most of... Okay, that's not true. I love the idea of the Alien films. I love the xenomorph as a creature. I like the world of the Alien movies. But let's just say, like with Terminator, the only ones I really love is Alien and Aliens. Alien 3 is a hot mess. Alien Resurrection, I would rather forget it ever existed. And the AVP movies are fun, but this looks like a return to form, and I am definitely looking forward to checking it out. Trap, I haven't heard anything about. I just recently saw a poster for it. I think it might be an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but I haven't seen a trailer. I don't know what it's about. I haven't seen jack shit for it. So, I don't know. Probably won't be something I see anytime soon. Okay, I appreciate the clarification, guys. I apologize for my ignorance. Now we can talk about Deadpool spoilers. So what's my favorite scene in the film? That is a tough one. That is a tough one. I don't know, man. It's gotta be... It's gotta be when Wolverine is just laying into him in the Honda Odyssey. Like when that whole monologue about like him breaking down Wade, his entire persona and all these things, and then him being this joke because he can't die. Like he's this like omniscient, like extra level joke that is being played whenever. That whole monologue is just phenomenal, and I love the delivery from Hugh Jackman in that entire scene. I don't remember exactly word for word. I literally just came back from seeing it a third time too, and I'm blanking on what he exactly said, but that whole scene was fantastic. Thank you, Ragu, for the super chat. Hope you and yours are keeping well. Green heart for Tommy. Oh. Hold up. Okay, never mind. I wonder what that was. Was there a prompt for that? Because you got me thinking maybe it was the anniversary of his passing, but that's in November, so I got a little caught off guard by that. But either way, green heart for Tommy, yes, because Tommy is the OG awesomest ranger out there. Personal opinion, quite clear here. X-Men fans are really eating again. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We're getting some good X-Men shit here from '97, and then this. And I hope they keep that momentum going really strong. Hope you're enjoying the increasing amount of sci-fi-ness in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You have a wild ride of episodes coming on. Well, let's go. I'm enjoying all of it. I've enjoyed it from the beginning, like everything up until this point. There's like, I feel like it's like shockingly consistent. Like there's only been like 1 or 2 episodes I've been like, about, but yeah, man. Let's see. Also love the vids, Omni. Thank you, Firefly. Saw you finally started The Bear. Can't wait to watch it. Yeah, I just finished season 1 on the channel. and I will be recording my reaction to episode 1 of season 2 tomorrow. So I haven't started it yet. Been waiting my whole life. Your best, in the end, you're the best Omni Media post Galaxy. Okay. Have I ever been to Japan? That is a no. I definitely have not. But I want to. I really, really want to. Like, it's one of the places that's definitely a bucket list place I want to go to before, obviously it's on a bucket list before I go. It's one of the places in the world I definitely want to make it out to one of these days. I have an interesting question. If Joker and Shredder are scary on their own, how terrifying would a Joker-nized Shredder be? And how would the Turtles face him? Well, they would have a damn hard time, I would imagine. And I'm sad that we haven't got a follow-up to the Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Because that was the tease at the end, was Shredder got Joker-nized. He fell into the vat, and he came out Joker-fied. And we didn't get a follow-up to that. I would absolutely love that. How they would fight him, I don't know, but it would involve definitely another team-up, I would imagine. Looked up the Thanos quote, "You cannot live with your own failure." Where did that bring you back to me? Where did that bring you back to me? Heard that about RDJ Dr. Doom. Fair enough. I was at a concert for Blink-182, and I've been tracking Twitter through my Apple Watch because I got notifications and saw that notification that RDJ is Doom, and my jaw dropped. Yeah, I was out, I think I was just at the hotel because internet at the event really didn't work because all those people in one spot was just crashing the towers. So if you tried to look anything up inside the convention building, you weren't going to get anything. So I had to wait to check up on all the reveals and news and all that kind of stuff whenever I got back to the hotel. And yeah, I was like, whoa, holy shit, no way. Favorite cameo from Deadpool and Wolverine for me is Channing Tatum as Gambit. It's so cool because that man has been wanting to play Gambit since X-Men Origins Wolverine. I think he killed it. I gotta say, I liked it for him. I don't know if I would have liked an entire movie of his iteration of Gambit. It needed a little tweaking, that's for sure. And I can kind of understand how it never got off the ground. But again, I'm glad he got at least some kind of vindication for it in some way. And I like the way they played it. Maybe I was born here. What's up, Sheena? How are you doing? How's everything going? You were the MCU. Peter, probably. They'll change it because people keep saying that scene will happen. I'm not sure what you talk about. You gotta say, hey, in the Miles voice. Hey. Like that one? Like the hand touch, shoulder touch? Let's see. Me too, Omni. I just wish they would have cast someone new for Dr. Doom. Likewise. That would have definitely been my preference. Also, the opening sequence was just incredible. Yeah, that is one of my favorite opening sequences in any movie I can think of in recent history, man. For 100%. Let's see. One author of a fan fiction I'm reading said he met Josh Keaton and showed him the Spider-Man fan fiction he's writing. He said Josh Keaton seems interested. Happy for him. That's interesting. I don't know that. I mean, obviously, him having interest in it, I would love for something to happen with that. That'd be super cool. But hopefully they didn't get their hopes up too high from that. Because I mean, in reality, Josh Keaton doesn't have a lot of pull or sway or anything of the sort. But that's cool that he showed interest in it. Maybe they can do like a fan animation, or maybe like an animatic for like the comic, or one of those. What do you want to call it, animated graphic novel kind of things for it, and who knows, maybe he would get in on it. Mommy Ashley or Mama Nova? Mommy Ashley or Mommy Nova? I need clarification on who you mean. Thoughts on DLC expansion of MK1 Chaos Reigns? I mean, I think it's cool that they added in Ghostface, though he'd completely be absolutely useless in this world. Like Mike Myers or Jason or Freddy Krueger can hold their own in a way because they've got a supernatural edge. Ghostface is just a guy, And half the time, the people he's trying to kill beat his ass, let alone people who can shoot fire out of their hands and are expert world-saving martial artists. Like, he just feels like such the odd man out in that reign. But the T-1000 also is a really fun addition. Outside of that, though, I'm kind of whatever about it. MK1, outside of the storyline, I mean, that was it. That's all I was interested in. Outside of that, the main story, I'm not really keeping up with everything else that's going on. Tomorrow, going to New Jersey for a Monster Mania Con. I'm going to see Melissa Barrera, who is from Scream, and Tony, whatever his name is from the last Scream 6, and Spider-Man. Oh, Tony Revolori. Cool. I mean, I would love to meet Melissa Barrera. I thought she did a really good job that second time around. And again, what happened to her was just bullshit. Like, no matter what they're saying about this Scream 7 movie, there's nothing they can do right now that is gonna get me excited about it. Again, Ashley who? You say Ashley or Cassandra Nova, and I'm not sure what Ashley you're talking about. Let's see. What's up, good vibes? How are you doing? I love Coulson and Rosalind. They are just so cute together. Yes, they are, and that's why I'm so scared about anything bad happening. Or nefarious. I do also love Coulson and May. Also adorable. And the creator of Murder Drones did swap VAs without telling the current VAs. Huh? That's kind of shitty. Huh. I haven't heard anything about that, but that's a crap move. I won't spoil over episode 3, but I liked all of Batman Caped Crusader. Hell yeah, let's go. Have I watched the next Karate Kid? Yeah, for sure. If so / not, there are a few things in this new season that point to it. Would you like to see Julie in this last season? If you've been around the channel at all, for any length of time, Julie Pierce has been somebody I've been campaigning to be in Cobra Kai for years. And until Cobra Kai, I've said this before, until Cobra Kai, I only thought there was the Karate Kid and the next Karate Kid. I went like 20 plus years, almost 30 years, without realizing there was ever a part 2 and part 3 in the mix. And I can't tell you how that happened. But yes, I definitely want Julie. The opening was wild in Deadpool versus Wolverine, sorry. How are we going to do this without messing with Logan? Well, we're not. And then bye, brutal massacre using Logan's corpse. Perfect intro. Yes, indeedy doody doody. God, I can't get enough of it, man. I love, it's like my favorite part of going back and watching it. Who's more cuter? Bruce and Selina or Lois and Clark? It depends on the iteration. There's a lot of versions of Bruce and Selina that I do find very endearing, but almost always you can kind of hedge your bets and you're guaranteed to get a much more wholesome interaction between Lois and Clark. Like, especially Lois and Clark in My Adventures with Superman and Lois. I love all of their scenes together, and they are so fucking adorable. I feel like Bruce and Selina, most of the time, never verge on adorable or cute, but there's like a solemn, endearing hope between those two more than anything that actually ever comes out of it. A tall woman penguin caught me off guard, but pretty decent villain. I'm not gonna lie, like, I was kind of like, hey, let's see what we're working with here. Magic is working on me a little bit. No, I like the whole spin on it. I like the whole spin on all the villains that we got so far. Like, there's enough of the classic elements still there. There's just some tweaks in here and there that just make it pop a little bit differently from some things that have been done before 1,000 times over. I like that we did the Golden Age Catwoman, and like from her origin as well to the interaction, the aesthetic and all of that, and brought her into this world. I don't know, like, fuck. I know some people are getting a little testy over certain changes, but that's to be expected in our nerd culture, man. Really love Caped Crusader. It really impressed me. Cannot wait for you to see the rest. I'm excited. Do you think Terry's going to come back like at the end of Cobra Kai Part 2? I do. Because I don't see us just not coming back to him again. I agree. I think we are 100% going to get Terry back, and I think we're going to have some kind of redemption for him in the end. On some level, I have an idea of what is going to come out of that, and I'm not going to say anything but I got a nugget of hope, I'll say, about certain things I've been wanting out of this from a conversation that I had from William Zabka and Martin Cove at GalaxyCon when I went up to their tables. Nothing solid, just some vague allusions to something that I think I've been wanting for a while. So we'll see what happens. What's up, Geek Ledger? How you doing? I was confused once a tall lady was the Penguin. I thought she was cosplaying as the Penguin. That was my first thought as well until we kind of got deeper into it. But in the end, I loved her air, her aesthetic, her personality, and her menace. Like, the way she just offed her own children like that is just wild. Love Logan's rage rant, and then I'm gonna fight you now. Delivery by a hurt Deadpool, and then an awesome car fight, chef's kiss. You're the one I want. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Sorry for your ears on that one, but God, fucking throwing out that grease right there in the middle of that was so good. Do you think Deadpool had issues on the one Blade scene? If now there are two people that are who now played Logan? No, not at all. I mean, the one Blade thing is just a joke in and of itself. But they were specifically talking about Blade, and that rule doesn't really apply to every other character. Johnny breaks that rule himself. But anyway, that's my thought on it. That's my 2 cents. How do you think the Hellcast would react to the world of the X-Men? Like, I could picture Blitz and Deadpool would get along swimmingly. Would they, though? Or would Blitz get tired of his shtick real quick? I don't know. It'd be an interesting mashup, but I'd have to ponder that a little bit. You know, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Gambit. Quick question: do you think the Ben 10 alien transformations are painful? And if they are, do you think Ben's pain receptors are shut off or overloaded? It's like every week we get like these deep, intense Ben 10 questions, as if I'm like a huge Ben 10 fan. I don't know. I don't know. I imagine they're not painful at all. I mean, I feel like that would be something that would come up in the show if he literally was excruciatingly transforming every time. So yeah, I doubt there's any pain involved in the transformation at all. No, just green for Tommy. What's up, Noober? Finished Cape Crusader. My favorite episodes are 2, 4, 6, 9, and 10. The episodes written by Ed Brubaker for the highlight, especially 4. I've heard some interesting stuff about 4. Nothing specific, but I've heard some hype for 4. So I'm excited to get in that one. I'll be watching it later tonight. No, just green for Tommy always. Hell yeah. What's up, Sketch? Hello there. It's Morbin time. I hope we get a Spider-Man 98 revival series and maybe a Fantastic Four one. I mean, it's very possible. It is very, very possible. Fun fact, the showrunners of S.H.I.E.L.D. wanted the organization to transform into S.W.O.R.D., but Feige denied that because of his plans for them, and seeing his supposed plan for this far in, it just feels like a petty move. It probably was. Are you also pumped that the announced Has-Been Hotel is getting seasons 3 and 4? And season 2 isn't even out, and they announced 2 more seasons. How would they wouldn't? I mean, like, that was like the biggest thing that Amazon Prime has ever put out. So, like, I think it's just a no-brainer that they're willing to just go full steam ahead on it. 2 seasons out in advance of 1 still not even being out yet. You know, getting 3 seasons basically locked in and promised is kind of crazy, considering the current market and the way things have been over the last decade or so. But that's, I mean, it's not a surprise to me at all, and I'm excited to see what season 2 brings and where things go from here. Finished my second Atla rewatch. This time it did it all in a month. Definitely a top 10 show ever for me, even top 5. It's definitely in my top 5. I just love the characters, the world so much, and Zuko's arc is number 1 as far as character arcs go. I agree with you every step of the way right there, good vibes. We don't always see eye to eye, but right there, we're locked in. Man, 1-to-1. Did anyone see Creature Commandos teaser? I saw that there was one. I actually haven't watched it yet. I'm excited for that Soldier Boy and Stormfront are coming back for a new spinoff. Excited, I wouldn't say, but curious about what it's going to be like is probably more accurate to how I would describe my feelings towards it. RDJ Doom reeks of desperation. It's also an insult to a better character than Iron Man. Not that he can't pull it off, we just need a new actor to the MCU for Doom. I agree on all those fronts, but I do understand that it makes thematic and poetic sense. If it was a Tony, an evil Tony variant, but they clearly specified he's Victor Von Doom. Again, if they acknowledge that he looks like Tony in there, they can make it work. And again, that fits into the thematic, poetic element that I'm talking about. But it is kind of disappointing as all hell for anybody who is truly looking forward to Doom coming to the MCU. I am soaking wet right now. That moment was also great. The snick, let's go. Season 1 Bear finale, where Carmi opens the card and sees the I love you man, let it rip, hit me so damn hard, both in my watch and watching your reaction. It's very heartbreaking, man. It's just so simple, so clean. And eventually my brain just completely detoured into Kingdom Hearts there for a second. But like, yeah, I loved it. It was a beautiful, nice, concise little moment that I think just really encapsulates kind of the simplicity, but also the depth of the relationship very nicely. Let's see. Will you be reviewing the new season of Umbrella Academy? Do you think they can save Allison? They turned one of my favorites into one of my most disliked. I've got 2 episodes left to watch, so verdict's still out. Not that I can say anything, but I will be covering it. I've already recorded my reactions to the first 4 episodes, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, what they did with Allison, she was never in my top characters, even from the very beginning. But yeah, last season really dropped her down just immensely. And if I always am rooting for characters, even as much as I see them fall, as much as they piss me off, I always hope that there can be a lesson learned and a turnaround and redemption for anybody who's fallen. And I hold that true for Allison, and I hope that there's a turnaround, because it's just like what they did in season 3 really didn't work for me. Like, I get why she did it, but like, it's so irrational, illogical, and selfish, and it's just frustrating to watch. But it's good TV. It's good TV, but it's, as a viewer, it's still frustrating. You know, that dichotomy, that relationship you have with the medium can be a thing to wrestle with sometimes. Ghostface and MK, damn, might have to check it out now. What did you think of the teaser trailer for the scene of Superman in Lois season 4? I refuse to watch it. I don't watch clips. Trailers, sure. Teasers, sure. Clips, no. I know what it's about. I couldn't avoid that bit. And they basically just kind of show a glimmer of the fight. I'm not going to watch it. I'll watch it when it's in the episode. I just do not watch clips anymore. Ashley or Cassandra Nova, which is hotter? She now has V, but probably weaker. Oh, that Ash. If I actually, didn't just look over in a glance and read that, I would have known who you meant. Oddly enough, there's just something like, there's something Cassandra does, man. I don't know, man. I can't put a finger on it, but there's something about Cassandra that weirdly kind of does it for me. Also, fun fact, Lady Deadpool in the movie was voiced by Ryan Reynolds' wife, whose name I'm blanking on, Blake Lively, who was also referenced in the movie itself, when he was like, hey, I'll tell Blake. He said that when they were arguing on that cliffside. But yes, it was his wife. I wonder what happened to Selena's cats. I hope they didn't end up back on the street. Poor kitties. What about the one she just left up on that skyscraper roof? That's the one I was concerned about. But yes, I don't know what Greta did with all of her cats. Poor things. Where did I get this shirt? WB sent it to me a few years ago before the movie came out. It was part of like a little sponsorship thing I had where they had me, sending me these merch boxes and showing them off and stuff like that with like an unboxing. I was like, I don't remember how long ago that was, but yeah, this was one of the things that came out of it. So random idea popped in my head for 2 DC projects. Okay, let me find your posts. DCU Studios doing DCU Wonder Woman prequel show set on Paradise Island, inspired by Game of Thrones. I think they should do DCU prequel shows for Batman and Superman. Have Batman prequel be inspired by Downton Abbey and follow the Wayne family throughout the generations in Wayne Manor, and the Superman prequel inspired by Yellowstone, following the Kent family. Those could work. I don't know if general audiences would be drawn into either one of those, but let alone comic book fans for the most part as a whole, as a group. Like in concept, it sounds like it's like a fun spin, but I'm not sure if it would be a good, gamble to take for a brand new studio like that. But yeah, I didn't like Melissa in her first Scream because her dialogue was just so janky. Scream 2, she killed it. I think you mean Scream 6, she killed it. But yeah, I didn't care for her performance at all in Scream 5, but in Scream 6, she was fantastic. Complete 180. Loved her in that. Did not know about your campaigning for Julie Pierce. My bad. But I did notice so many reactors don't recognize the name Kisuke Miyagi. And for me, it was like, wait, that's just his name, no? Wait. Oh, wait. Huh. I need to rewatch the next Karate Kid there. I didn't catch that. But why would he... Okay, hold on. Okay, all right, we're gonna have to dig into that a little bit. That'll be something I come back to in the meantime. Not today, but we'll have to touch on that here later. I need to... How can I... No. Where is it? There we go. I am gonna come back to that later. I'm gonna make a note to look into that. Anyway. Interesting. Read that. The 2 Marvel fourth wall breakers have now both danced. That they have. And I would love to see what would happen with them in the same room. Would love to see that. Has been hotel question. Do you think Carmilla Carmine is a fallen angel or Hellborn? She's definitely a sinner. I mean, I'm not like I'm an expert or anything, but I think I'm pretty confident all the overlords are sinners. They're mortal souls. They died, they came to hell, and they just rose into power. I don't think that they are Hellborn. And I don't think... that's not the implication that I've ever gotten. And I'm not sure if there's been any canon clarification anywhere. But I'm pretty sure she's a sinner. I mean, she's still a demon, but they're all demons. I mean, there's... Oh, okay. This is an interesting little detail in her trivia. Given that she has her 2 daughters, it is unknown what type of demon she is, as officially, sinners cannot reproduce. If she is a sinner, her daughters may also be sinners back when they were alive as family, like we saw with Mimsy, They could have also died and just came with her to hell. So there is that, but if they were they procreated and were born in hell, that would challenge that idea a little bit. But it also depends on that source. Okay, that was a surprise Has-Been Hotel Q&A thing. So if it was a live stream, I've been told, yes, this was a live stream from 4 years ago. I've been told by some people that work in the show that things that have been said in her live streams in the past before the show aired may not be true anymore. So I guess right now it's up for debate. So who knows? Also in time, you started One Piece to now. I watched all One Piece. Nothing more heartbreaking than losing more and more reactors on one ways to being caught up. I'm confused. I'm not exactly sure what you said here. Nothing more heartbreaking than losing more and more reactors on one's way to being caught up. Like people who just do not finish, or you just get so far ahead of everybody. I'm not sure what you're meaning, Little Rude. Now, so going to watch Scream 7 despite your issues with Spyglass or not. Personally, I think it was fucked up, but I really love this franchise and Nev as Sid, so I'm going to go, but I get people not. Right now, I have zero interest. And it's so gross what they did. And I don't know. I want them to leave Sydney alone. I just want them to just let her go. Because every time you bring somebody back, you're just running the risk of just, okay, well, we got to raise the stakes. We got to raise the stakes. One of these days, they're going to Jamie Lee Curtis her and kill her off in H2O or Resurrection or whatever. Even though they said they're treating this like the Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween reboots of 2018, where they're bringing it back to its roots and kind of starting fresh again from her perspective. Let it go. I don't know. We'll see. But with what happened with Dewey, what could have happened with Gale, is this one of the more we bring them back, the more they're going to have to kill somebody, and I just don't. I just want them to have their ending, man, especially Sydney. So regardless, I'm just so ick on the whole thing. Did you see the boys panel online from Comic-Con? They are hilarious, especially Anthony Starr. I have not seen their panel, but I have seen like a couple little side things, like their Wired autocomplete interview, their Hot Ones thing, and a couple of other videos between the groups. It's a lot of fun. All the people complaining about the interpretations of the characters are invalidated by the Elseworlds concept, in my opinion. I get it, but you look like a child. I agree. How's the Cape Crusader been? Haven't checked it out yet. I'm only 3 episodes in, and I'm having a damn good time with it. Question: if Henry Cavill was to officially play Wolverine, what would your reaction? What would be your reaction? Mine would be, what have you done? Why haven't you? Why haven't you done this sooner? You numpties. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't. It's not my first choice. I would be curious to see him kind of dig into it in a full meaty role, but for a little fun little joke, I think it's perfectly fine. I don't know if I would love him for the MCU 616 Wolverine. There are technically 2 Wolverines, be the Calverine and one of my favorite cameos alongside Johnny. Yes, indeed. Poor penguin children. Yeah, dude. And all those fucking, anyway, suitcases, man. Jesus. Who's my favorite live-action version of Selena? Michelle Pfeiffer, probably. I think she just kind of rides that line really, really well. The one from Gotham was also really good. For the most part. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, I don't know, man. Why am I blanking on her name right now? Zoe Kravitz did a really, really good job, too. Like, I think she's definitely up there, but if you ask me, like, I just have a strong bias towards Michelle Pfeiffer and that outfit and what Tim Burton did with that character and just how dark, tragic, and I don't know. I really like that one personally. But I think a close second would probably be Zoe Kravitz. I mean, I think she's definitely, I think, the most accurate interpretation so far. I'm hyped for Gen V Season 2, yes. And The Voice Season 5 after that finale. I would say yes to both of those, especially from what we have heard about Season 5 so far. Another scene that I loved, oddly enough, was the credits, because the behind-the-scenes montage kind of made me tear up. Yeah, that's gotten me to tear up every time. Because even at, and you can, a good behind-the-scenes of any movie, like that camaraderie, everything that is put into a film, they always, like this found family element that comes out of making a movie that you have, it always looks like something you want to be a part of. And then this love letter at the end of all that had come before, all its pits and valleys, all this stuff, all of its peaks and valleys, not pits and valleys, all these lows and its highs, but all the moments behind the scenes that they all shared. It was really bittersweet saying goodbye. Not that, having an official goodbye said to the Fox universe. For all of its bad movies, there's still a lot of really good, charming moments in there that, I grew up with all these movies too, man. The X-Men films when they came out, and everything like that, it really touched on a sweet spot. Gen V are in a corner here. I wonder how they're going to do Andre's character. Well, they said they're killing the character in the show, so we'll see how that plays out, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Deadpool saying he had an educated wish, which was okay, but we hated when Blitz made another misspeaking. He stopped Stryker once already. Huh? I'm confused. Marvel question. If you think one universe Spider-Man has a relationship with Black Cat identical to Batman and Catwoman, and eventually Spider-Man and Black Cat having a kid with both of their powers. I am almost certain there is probably a universe out there somewhere where that has happened. For sure. My favorite that you've watched is 2. Clayface was so good. Great homage to noir detective films. Didn't care for 3 though. It just felt like another Catwoman caper. I get that. The Clayface one is definitely the highlight of the 3 that I've seen so far. Not a lot to work with, but I really, really loved the Clayface episode. After Invincible 1 ended way back, they already greenlit 2 seasons, so it makes sense that Has-Been did the same. I'm going to see Dante Bosco in Comic-Con in Connecticut. He voiced Zuko, and Atla is my second favorite cartoon show. I met him, Tyler Eidson, who was the original voice for Aang, Jack DeSena, who's the voice of Sokka, and I met Grey Delisle, who is Azula. I met all 4 of them last weekend at GalaxyCon, as well as their live-action counterparts. We're all there as well. I met a bulk of the cast from the live-action series is there as well. They had the counterparts for each of them, but in addition, they had the live-action Suki, and of course, Paul Sung-Hyun Lee, fan of the channel, man himself, Carson Teva from Star Wars, and live-action Uncle Iroh, he was there as well. But I went and talked to them, and had a little moment with all of them. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it turns out the majority of the live-action Avatar cast has watched my reactions to the show. I wasn't the kindest, but so that really, I was like, oh shit, when they said that, I was like, oh fuck. I know Paul did, and he talked to me about it before, how he appreciates my constructive criticism, and he understands where I'm coming from on everything. He was super chill about it, and he said he loved my breakdown of the episodes. But with the kids, I feel even more bad about it, because they are younger. It's just especially the kid that plays Aang and stuff like that. I was like, God, I mean, I don't ever mean it to be anything directed towards any of them, and I don't want them. I worry that they would take it that way, but they were super cool about it. They were super chill. about it. And again, they were like, we saw all kinds of stuff, and it was just defeating. And then, like, I feel like they didn't really see a lot of the positive reaction. They saw a lot of the negativity online, which was kind of sad to hear. But the fact that my review was the most balanced and hopeful that they saw, it just kind of broke my heart a little bit. As much as it kind of was like, hey, shit, they watched my thing. I was just like, well, damn. I feel like I was very fair, but I was also very blunt about the things I didn't like too. So I don't know. It was a little, it was cool and awkward all at the same time. But yeah. I mean, I don't think I shit talked any of them or anything like that, or their performances. I did critique the direction of the show, though, and some choices. Mostly the writing and the dialogue. I don't think that's their faults at all, but you never know how your words are going to get interpreted, especially when you're critiquing something somebody had an active involvement in, you know? So, like, I just overthink about that kind of stuff, man. How did I end up at the bottom of this list here? Where did I leave off? There we are. What did you think about Star Wars Outlaws? I've heard some people say it's good, and the gameplay might divide people. I mean, I'm not one of the people that have had a hands-on on it. I don't get any Star Wars stuff. I don't get invited to anything. I don't get early episodes. I don't get none of that shit. So I've only watched people's gameplay videos and their thoughts on it, and it looks fine. I like the exploration. I like the narrative of it and the story of it. I don't know how the gameplay is going to feel. I'm not going to know that, unfortunately, until I get my hands on it. The whole swapping out of guns thing and having temporary weapons, the ones you can't reload or keep around, is a little weird. I get it. I mean, it makes sense within the realm of Star Wars, but, you know, characters kind of have their iconic weapon, and that's the only one they really kind of keep around. So I understand that mechanically, but like as a video game, like, I don't know how that's going to play. I feel like it might get a little frustrating, but we'll see. What genre do you want Stolas to sing in the future? Damn, I don't know. Maybe just like a straight up pop song. Like, we had this kind of, like, I don't know what you would call it, this alternative rock ballad with All To You. Maybe just like a straight up pop song, or I don't know. I'm not sure what would fit all that well. I think that would work. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. What do you think of the Scream 7 Nev Campbell situation? I think I just spent a good couple of minutes talking about that a little bit ago. I'm disappointed, I think, the most in that she accepted the deal. And to get money's money, and she's got an attachment to this franchise and stuff like that, but, like, after all that happened, I was kind of disappointed that she agreed to come back. What project do... Huh? Oh, here we are. What project are you excited for in the MCU? The only project I'm actually, I would say, and use the word excited for, is Daredevil Born Again. That's literally the only one right now. From what I heard, after Secret Wars, the MCU will be slightly rebooted. That's what happened in Secret Wars in the comics, so I think that's why a lot of people are expecting that in the films as well. They'll probably keep some things around, but get rid of others. I think it'll be like a little bit of a mix-up of things. But I react to the Creature Commandos trailer. Right now, it's not a huge priority for me to check out. I'm going to be watching the show. I'm going to be covering the show when it comes out regardless. But right now, I'm more concerned about getting all these episodes I got to cover out before I go on my next series of con trips. But outside of that, yeah, maybe I'll get to it when I get to it, possibly. Maybe. We'll see. 2 more seasons without the second season isn't even out yet. I hope Vivian sticks the landing. Like, the amount of pressure she and her team must be under must be insane. And I think she said she's kind of got a rough idea of trying to go 5 or 6 seasons with the story. or actually, I can't remember if she was saying that about Hell of a Boss or if she was saying that about Has Been. So I could be completely off on that one. But yeah, after all that success, there would have to be some insane pressure that I couldn't even fathom on their shoulders, man. Did I ever get to see Shameless? No, I have not seen any Shameless yet. Question about The Boys. What do you think of the Deep and Black Noir's friendship? Honestly, it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere. It had some funny little moments, especially with the Sage gag, but I was just like, okay. Weird this came out here in the end, then like bonding over their murder boners. It was weird. Not one of my highlights of the season or anything like that, but it had its moments. Daredevil Born Again and Spider-Man 4 I'm most excited for. I mean, Spider-Man 4, is it really hard confirmed right now? I mean, it's been talked about, but we've seen zero momentum for it. So that's, if Spider-Man 4 is on the table, I would put that out there. But right now, I'm just going to keep it to Daredevil Born Again. Seeing Daphne Keane being Laura again made me so happy. The actor is amazing as her, and got a little crush on the actor, because come on, am I the only one who thinks she's hot? It was really nice seeing her come back, man. I'm still confused because it feels like a huge plot hole as to how she was in the void or why she was in the void. I like that it happened. It gave us some great scenes, but there was no explanation at all or logical reason given in the film for why she was there. So what do you think what is next for Wade and Logan? I think we'll probably see them pop up in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. That is probably the most likely of things. Is Funko Fusion a hit or a miss? I have no idea. I'm not playing it, so I can't really tell you. I haven't kept an eye on it. I haven't heard anything about it, but yeah. They made Allison almost like evil. I wouldn't say she's evil, but she is definitely chaotic neutral. She is only in this for whatever about herself. Do not spoil my adventures with Superman, please. The season's over up until this point, but I'm going to talk about it. So if it comes up, it comes up, but nobody's brought it up, so you're safe for the time being. But I'm not barring any spoilers for shows that have been finished for a week or two now. Sam Wilson in Captain America Brave New World is going to now have to work with a man who locked him up in a max security prison without due process, and I wonder if that's going to be commented on. That's a good point. I feel like they will probably brush over that, but I would like for them to kind of dive into it a little bit. If you were to react to more anime, which ones would you want to watch more? I've talked about this once or twice. I do eventually want to get around to something like My Hero, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, because those are like the big shits right now that everybody's like hyping up and stuff, and I want to see what all the hubbub is about. Outside of that, I think like Chainsaw Man is one I would like to check out one of these days. And a lot of people talk about the Spy X Family, though. Other than like recognizing the characters, like the main characters, I don't know at all what that show's actually about. On what do we disagree, Omni? Thor Love and Thunder was really good. X-Men Origins is actually pretty good. Scream 2 is the weakest of the OG trilogy. Percy Jackson's series sucked. Core Season 2 was best. Yeah, none of those things. Not at all. Totally agree with you on every one of those. Did you ever get to see the Shameless US series? Didn't you or somebody, I'm pretty sure it was you, just asked that a little bit ago. No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. What are your thoughts on the Transformer 1 trailer and Optimus Prime and Megatron and how they turn from who they are and who they want to become, or who they end up becoming? I didn't care for the trailer at all. I've heard amazing things from people who have seen the entire movie and are really singing its praises for the complexities of the story that they told, but the trailer looks like balls to me. Like, it just does not look good at all. At least not what I want to see out of Transformers. But from what I've heard about it, though, is that there's a lot of stuff in there that maybe the trailer isn't selling. So who knows? Well, it's going to be one of those things where maybe I'll have to see it, but I'm not hungering for it. You know, I didn't like the trailer or the tone that they were setting up for it. Cassandra, what are you? Can't say that. You. Oh, okay. I know what you're referencing, but I'm not sure what kind of point you're trying to get at or conversation you're trying to elicit here. Did you hear the news about Doctor Doom? We talked about that earlier in the stream. Yes, it was unavoidable. I wonder how many people will ask that today. Probably a lot, considering I didn't make a video about it. I feel like a better pitch for a Batman prequel show would be something like Gotham City Year One. It's a noir detective comic featuring Slam Bradley and the arc of how Gotham initially started to fall. That could be pretty interesting, seeing like, I want to dare say like the kind of like the fall of the Republic, like the fall of them to the Empire, something like that, like the descent of Gotham's decline. Respect your opinion, obviously. That's the great part of entertainment. If it hits us all differently, and I think you do a good job explaining why you feel how you feel, even if I disagree. I really appreciate that good vibes. I really, really do. They mentioned Keisuke Miyagi in the next Karate Kid. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that, because that's an interesting connection that I definitely would not have caught. Because I feel like the next Karate Kid is probably the one I haven't seen most recently. So I'm gonna go check that out. Especially considering now they're also flirting around with a Miyagi prequel series too. We'll see how that goes. Do I hate the ending of How I Met Your Mother? Yes, I do. It completely rubs me the wrong way in every facet. Like, there's no redeeming qualities in my mind about that finale. Like, the show, I love it to death until that last episode. Hell, until the last season. Last season overall is not bad or anything like that, but that last episode is just, God, it is whoever made that call needs to I don't know. That just pissed me off, man. You think Deadpool will meet the MCU Spider-Man? I definitely think they will. They can't keep those two apart. That would be an injustice. Quan is going to be a problem when Cobra Kai comes back. Yes, he will be. Yes, he will be. And we've only seen 4 of their fighters. We still know who their other 2 is. I'm almost willing to bet that maybe Kenny is going to be revealed to be fighting for Team Cobra Kai whenever we return. You know what I'm pissed about? I was so excited to see Andy Starr, aka Homelander, because he was the same day as seeing Melissa Barrera, but he canceled it yesterday. That sucks, man. I've had that happen a couple of times. One of the people that I was really excited to see canceled, like just before everything kicked off. But stuff happens, man. All we can try to do is hopefully catch them the next time. People theorizing maybe Homelander won't die in the final season, but he has to. Otherwise, it's a waste. I think he's 100% gonna die. Even if he gets a redemption of some kind, he's definitely gonna die. I really hope Superman's seeds placed in Cape Crusader pay off, given My Adventures with Superman is ending with Season 3. Where's that been confirmed? I haven't seen anything saying that My Adventures with Superman is ending with Season 3. Because they said they have plans for 4 seasons right now. They got greenlit for Season 3, but I haven't read anything stating that what am I trying to say here? That the 3rd season is supposed to be the last one. Like, no spoilers, but seeing Fleischer's cartoon Lois in the press crowd was awesome. Say no spoilers, but did I miss her in the 3 episodes that I've watched? Because I feel like I would have seen her. I grew up watching that show. Or did you just spoil me for an episode that I haven't seen? Damn it. I don't know. If I missed her, that's one thing. But, like, if not, damn. Your local widow, welcome. It's a question about Hazbin Hotel. Do you think Vaggie was ever human? I don't know. We don't really know a lot about the hierarchy of heaven. Adam was human, and he became an angel. I mean, humans become demons, but different kinds of demons. We don't know. It's a possibility, but we don't know. Not yet, anyway. Just waiting for the plot armor or new special secret Miyagi move that lets one of our characters beat Quan. Halfway joking. I mean, that's how things kind of tend to go, at least in the movies most of the time. So we'll see. If you had the choice, who would you have cast as Dr. Doom? If I had the choice, it'd come down to Cillian Murphy or Ben Barnes. I don't know. I don't know who I would prefer. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I can just tell you that Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't have been on that list. I did remember hearing about the Cillian Murphy thing, and I think that could work as well, but, you know, I don't know. I think there's a couple of actors that could probably pull it off, but I don't really have too many strong feelings on it outside of the why did we go to RDJ thing, though. It took the one suit I liked in my Adventures of Superman, the Superman suit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. About the losing more reactors, or actually, yeah, I meant like outpacing the reactors since I'm able to watch more episodes a week and day than they put out. That's the tough part about it, especially when you get to the end and then you're like just waiting, looking at the clock, watching and waiting for them to catch up. I've been there. I've been that guy because most of what I watch are other reactors watching shows that I watch or love, or I'm also covering and stuff like that. So like, I definitely get it, but it just sucks to be on the flip side of it too, because I hear it every week, man. You're never going to catch up with One Piece at this rate, and I'm just like, oh, you expect me to die, man? Like, it's like, people feasibly will finish this show. You know, it came out 25 years ago, and it's still going. Week to week for 25 years. There are people that have been watching the show for 25 years, and I will eventually finish the show before those people will have. You know, my length of time with the show, regardless of my pace right now, will be smaller than the time they've ever spent watching the show. Like, it's just like, it's just whatever. People have the different lives, different things, and I wish I could cover it more, but I would have to literally turn the channel into nothing but One Piece, or just stop covering it on the channel altogether. Like, those are the only two ways I could just speed up my pace. And that's the sad reality of it all. And this isn't directed at you. It's just the frustration in the comments that I hear all the damn time. Well, thank you so much for that super chat, Lily-chan-san. What do you think about Blitz not being able to use the crystal correctly during the short episode? People are saying that the short takes place before Apology Tour, because in that episode, he can use the crystal just fine. That's the thing about these shorts. We don't necessarily know when exactly they take place. We know that it at least has to have taken place between, like, at least after he was given the crystal. So we know that at very least, at minimum, it's after full moon. So it could be between there as he's still trying to get the handle on it, or it could be after. And I've seen a lot of different things about it, because in that, yeah, he had no issue using it at all. He was just popping, important. But it was after Apology Tour. There's a couple ways you could look into it. Either this episode takes place prior to Apology Tour, or it's kind of performance anxiety. And they're in the heat of the moment. They're under attack. They are literally being accosted by an army of some type of phobic which is weird to say, phobic army of penguins just trying to kill them. On top of that, he's emotionally wrecked after, if this is after Apology Tour, of seeing Stolas be with somebody else, whatever. Everything that happened on that night could have him completely off his game. Whatever. There's a multitude of reasons. However, I think based on his personality and a lot of evidence sprinkled throughout the series, it is likely that he's not kidding when he said, I'm not, like, this isn't my speciality. You know, he's used to toys, all these other things. His technique is always just dicking down and getting in there. And a lot of the feedback that we've heard is from the person who's been his first time, Stolas. So, like, I don't know. So, like, it's hard to know whose word to take any value in. We know Vraska said he never reciprocated. He never went down on her. So, who knows? You know, given a little tongue action may not be something he's good at. But there could have been other ways for him to have been sensual with it that he just wasn't thinking of in the moment. That was the suggestion given to him by Millie and Moxie. So he didn't consider anything else. He could have tried a different manner that maybe is more accustomed to him. You know, and then I saw people was like saying that that episode implies that he's bad at sex. And clearly there's evidence all throughout the show that he is not. But being good in bed and being good at giving head are two completely different categories. And so, like, weird conversation we're having right now. But, like, him failing to be able to lick that crystal and pleasure that crystal does not indicate that he is bad at giving the pipe. Those two are completely different categories. You know, so, like, I don't know. I feel like some people are taking the episode way too seriously. Because I've seen some people get in some heated ass debates on Twitter and shit over this, which is hilarious and also kind of scary sometimes. Anyway, long tangent here. Where are we at? Where did I leave off? Ah, here we are. Let's see. They took one seat of using more and more reactors. That one. I hope it's good that said that. She's not like a huge part of the show. It's like a blink and you'll miss it background character. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how in your face it is. But I'll be looking now though. I will be looking. So now I'm just curious. Would I have caught her if I didn't know now? Damn it, Geek Ledger. Remember when Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson? I would have loved if she was Lady Deadpool, but they might hate each other. Were they? I don't remember that at all. If Nev signs up for money and Sid. Yeah. If Nev signs up for money and Sydney dies, I will be so pissed off. Yeah, that would suck. Scott Eastwood would make a good-looking Logan / X-Man. Scott Eastwood. I could see it. Wish we saw Daniel Radcliffe as a Wolverine variant. That would have been a fun one. That would have been fun. Let's see. What's up, Pepsi? Howdy, you're a fan? Well, thank you. Well, welcome to one of our little live streams. Favorite Catwoman? Michelle Pfeiffer and Eartha Kitt from the OG way back when. Can't escape that voice. Eartha Kitt has an iconic Catwoman voice. She was really good back in the day. I grew up, I had watched a lot of Adam West when I was a kid. Though I never really liked it as a kid because I was just bratty like that. I would watch it when it came on. And I've seen the movie a bunch, but I was just like, this is too goofy. This isn't my Batman. I still watched it. I've had a grown appreciation for it as I've gotten older, though, obviously. But yeah, she's great. She was definitely a runner-up when I was thinking about people. She definitely came into my mind, but I think Michelle Pfeiffer is just my first Catwoman, so I've got like a sweet spot there. Plus, that cat suit. It's hard to top that cat suit. How do you think the boys will escape? I have no idea. I have no idea how they're going to get out of this situation. Do you got any care for the Soldier Boy Stormfront Rising show or not? Like I said earlier, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm excited or foaming to the mouth to check it out or anything of the sort, but I'm curious. I'm curious what it'll look like, what it'll be about, how they're going to handle that dynamic, and two characters that are completely unlikable being our main focus. Yeah, I don't know. I'm more intrigued on how they're going to pull it off and what it's going to look like. Was there anyone you were hoping to see in Deadpool and Wolverine that didn't show up? And I was hoping for Shawn Ashmore's Iceman. Always had a soft spot for him. I was hoping for Ben Affleck's Daredevil to show up. I was really hoping for that. But I understand the situation. I understand that the characters they went with. I understand the ones that they did go with. Wanted Iceman to show up. I think your channel grew probably thanks to Helliver's fans. Oh yeah, there was a massive spike when Has Been Hotel came out. We were at 50K, something like that. We had passed 50K at that point. I think we jumped like 20,000 subscribers over those couple of months while we were covering Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. So yeah, for sure. And it's a good thing too, because I absolutely love it. I have spent a disgusting amount of money on that universe, from official merch, fan merch, to all kinds of shit, because I'm a little fucking obsessed. Hell, I'm a patron now too to Spindlehorse. That House of the Dragon episode was amazing. I can't believe the last episode is tomorrow. These few weeks went by so fast. It really did. I do feel like it blew by. Oh God, I'm curious what Barry just came in to hear. Hopefully it wasn't hopefully it wasn't the Blitz conversation. Especially because Pyro's the only side villain with lines in the movie. That's true. Like, we had Lady Deathstrike in there. We had Psylocke in there. We had the Russian dude from Punisher. We had Nightcrawler's dad. I forget his name. Obviously, we got Juggernaut. He had lines. Toad, who wasn't played by Ray Park, was in there as well. And I feel like I'm missing some other people that were in there. Blob was in there. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that just straight up didn't have any lines. So it makes me wonder if they did, but maybe they got cut out of the movie or anything. So I don't know. Really love it that I'd really love it if Batman Caped Crusader got 4 seasons. 2 seasons of Batman Solo, 1 season of Batman and Batgirl, 1 season of Batman, Batgirl, and I was gonna say and Bat Robin, which would make absolutely no sense. I think that would be fun. I would like that fun. If they do have the Fleischer Lois, could that imply this coincides with the Fletcher Superman? Because that would be dope. Talking about the Blitz argument about why he let Stryker take him. He had the incorrect statement. I don't remember what you're talking about. The Bounty Hunter and the Tea Maker, June and Iroh comic comes out later this month. Oh, interesting. Okay. About him getting captured by June during Bossing Say Season 2 and going to give war flashbacks, I heard. So that would be cool. That sounds really interesting. Hell, I know we're getting the Young Miyagi series, and even in my reactions, I equate Iroh and Miyagi together. I would love like a young Iroh series. It would complicate things a little bit, sure, but I would love to show that side a little bit. What's up, Tommy? How are you? I also love for a Golden Age Superman spin-off show called Superman Metropolis Marvel. Hell, it could just be a continuation of the Fletcher run. I had a bunch of those VHSs when I was a kid. Blade Trinity, back then, I heard Ryan and Jessica Biel hated Wesley. I guess that's why Deadpool knew he never liked him. Which makes me wonder how they are now, considering he came in to do this cameo. Like, I know he was deep into his drugs and stuff then at the time. Like, he was just going off the deep end. Wesley Snipes was. So I'm wondering if he's leveled out since. I would hope so. But like, I wonder how they are now. I mean, like I said, obviously he accepted the cameo. But, you know, you could do a lot of things for money though. Look at Harrison Ford, but like, how are they right now? I'm curious about that. Listen, nobody liked making Blade 3, man. Nobody did. What did you think was going to go down in the final episode of House of the Dragon? I don't know. I would imagine maybe like a face-off with Vhagar or something. You know, we had the flex at the end of last episode. I can't imagine we're going to have like a full-scale battle to cap off the season. Like, I don't know. The season's been a lot of build. A lot of build. Typically with a lot of our Game of Thrones series, episode 7, the penultimate episode, is the one where shit happens. And the finale is usually the wind down and the consequences of the shit that just happened, to let you kind of ease out as the season comes to a close. And we didn't have that last episode, so I have no idea what to expect with this. Have I heard of Disventure Camp? No, I have not. I've never heard about that. Blade movie is never coming out, man. I'm sure of it. Dude, I feel like he fucking cast a curse on it after he said those words in the movie, man. I know it was a joke, but who knows? What if it ends up being the case? I mean, originally, the first draft, the first script that was floating around, or at least the rumors were saying, it was going to be Wesley Snipes' Blade, and his daughter would be the primary focus. He'd be kind of passing the torch and teaching her. And then they reworked it, and then Mahershala got cast. And then they reworked it again and again and again and again. And now we don't even know what the movie is and if it's even going to happen right now. Maybe even a Wonder Woman spinoff called Wonder Woman Themysciran Princess. Hey, either or. You already asked me that one. Don't spam. I will get to it when I get to it. Have I seen anything for Blade, like a set photo or a teaser? They haven't even started filming, so I would assume there's nothing to see right now. You missed doing end of season 4 The Boys videos, like Hot Ones or Variety. Are you skipping watching the funny Ryan and Hugh Jackman videos? No, I've been watching those, like I talked about earlier. I've seen the Hot Ones stuff. I've seen their Wired interview. I don't react to those. I don't always do that for every show, like on the channel and stuff like that. Like sometimes, like if I really just kind of want to lean into it, I will pop into that, like I did with like Stranger Things and stuff like that. That was mostly just to kill time because there was only a week between I finished season 4 or finished catching up and then the new season coming out. So that's the only reason I really did that, to keep the momentum going. I most of the time I just watch that stuff all on my own. Haven't seen anything new for the Blade movie because no one has. No one has. I'm pissed that the new Daredevil suits look good and it's bright red with black lines all over it, but no DD. It's like Venom with the white lines and the no logo. I don't miss the DD on there. I'm totally fine not having DD on his suit. There's some suits, some superheroes where I just feel like having your damn logo on your suit is kind of silly. And in the context of the Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil, like Charlie Cox's Daredevil, I think I'm totally okay with them never putting the DD on any of his suits. That's just me, though. Though Wonder Woman Almighty Amazon is a better title, and it would be on Amazon. Hanging live action was one of the biggest disappointments. No hate to the actor, just the dialogue was rough and like not talking like a genuine human sometimes, and personality not fully Aang. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that, and that can come down to the director, that can come down again to the dialogue and the script that they were handed, where a lot of my problems lie was with all of that. So yeah. There's kind of a weird way that people are interpreting Secret Wars, because there was 2 of them. The iconic one is just the hero and the villains being made to fight each other by the Beyonder, and the other is basically what they're setting up with the incursions. Marvel hasn't really had a reboot, though. They just have a sliding time scale. yeah, they haven't had like a Crisis on Infinite Earths level of thing happen. Like, whatever. But like, there are some things that got tweaked, some changed, cast out, rewritten. Some universes had their denizens dumped on 616. There's a lot of weird stuff that Secret Wars kind of brought. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people do forget about the other Secret Wars that exists. And I'm guilty of that too. So I don't know. I feel like they are building up for the Multiverse 1. Or maybe a mix of both. Who knows? Do you think there ever be a Marvel or DC crossover movie? I don't know, man. James Gunn has talked about it, and Kevin Feige has now talked about it in public. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Let's see. Do I prefer Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss? I think at this point, I am more invested in Hell of a Boss. Like, emotionally invested in Hell of a Boss. Like, Hazbin Hotel is just the mainstream main story kind of thing, but like, there's just a level of depth that they allow themselves to go into in time with Hell of a Boss that isn't allotted for Hazbin Hotel. And I think that's the unfortunate aspect of them being picked up by a studio and someone like Amazon and stuff like that. I don't know, but I love it though. I'll say Hazbin Hotel definitely wins in like the song category in a lot of ways. Because that's the kind of the focus. Every episode, there's 2 songs. Every now and then in Hell of a Boss, there's a song. So like, it's a different thing. But like, when it comes down to character drama, outside of a couple of moments in Hazbin Hotel, I think Hell of a Boss, for me, has kind of transcended the other by this point. You're always fair, never cruel. If you were unkind, I would be gone long ago. Thank you. Thanks so much, Raghu. That's what I try to do, but I still feel bad when I do have criticisms or harsh takes or something I feel like that. I don't know. I try to be as fair as possible. I know with some things maybe I'm not. Like, I still do have like a burning hatred for season 1 of Titans, man. I've never rewatched it. Who knows? Maybe that would change if I did, but I know in the moment I was like, this is dumb as fuck. And it was infuriating to watch, but that's the only time I feel like I can be pretty fair most of the time. At least I try to be. I'm a human. I fuck up. I fail into my emotions all the time. We all do, but it's all that we try. Anyway, I'm a bounce. See y'all next time. Thank you for stopping in, Logan. It's basically what they're setting up with the incursion. Okay, I already read that one. Just finished watching the Ratchet & Clank movie and it got me thinking what other movies could be made from other games like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro came to mind. I would be totally down for a Spyro movie. I think that would be really cool. Crash, I'm not sure how well that would be functioning as a movie, but he's got a pretty wide cast, so it could definitely work. As long as you just don't make him talk. Don't make him talk. That's the Hollywood thing. They would want to try to make him talk. Don't let him talk. I still have never played a Ratchet & Clank game, and I have never played, or I've never watched the movie either, though. I've played Crash and I've played Spyro, so that's a little different there, so I'm at least familiar with those. What's up, Mitzi? How are you doing? So what is the timeline for the X-Men movies? Dude, I have no fucking clue at this point. I'm so kind of befuddled about all of that, because a lot of things don't add up. Let's see. I'm curious. What are your thoughts about RDJ as Dr. Doom? Rewind to earlier in the discussion. I'm not in love with it. I understand why they did it, but I'm still not in love with it. That is the short and sweet of the conversation we had. Omni, by the way, the rumor is going around that Thunderbolt's trailer is coming out this week. Interesting. If it does, we'll check it out. Possibly. Wait, which trailer? We got a teaser. We got the teaser. We didn't get the trailer. If it's a final trailer, I refuse to watch those anymore. Domino's or The Hut? Between the two, I definitely prefer The Hut. I would say. You think Wade will become the new main character of the MCU? No, definitely not. Definitely not. I want Deadpool and She-Hulk to meet in Secret Wars. Me too. Be funny for Deadpool to keep trying to derail the movie with fourth wall breaks, and She-Hulk has to keep dragging him away from the camera. That would be kind of funny. Or they just like they interrupt each other's fourth wall breaks. There's a couple of fun gags I think you could pull off with that. That'd be really interesting to see. My hero? I feel bad for Nice Pool. I do, but the gag was worth it, I think. Do check out Chainsaw Man. The intro is a bop. I know you will love it. One of these days, man. My Adventures of Superman, if nothing else. I love that the evil version of Supes has a boob window instead of a mustache, a la the Mirrorverse. A++ design. I did think that was kind of funny that he had that gap. He was just showing. He had hip slits. He had open gloved hands. He had bare feet, and his whole boob window was open. Definitely reversal of the Power Girl situation, man. Oh my god, Power Girl. Anyway, moving on. Where's Chainsaw Man Season 2 at? Are they doing one? I don't keep up with this stuff, man. Hey, who the F said Percy Jackson series sucked ass? It was way better than the movies, I can tell you that. I'm not going to rat anybody out, but I liked it. I quite enjoyed it. I did react to it on the channel if anybody missed out on that. Deadpool and Wolverine. Duh. Maybe a hot take, but I think Deadpool and Wolverine has the most consistently great fights in a superhero movie. Like, all of them are memorable and all are entertaining as fuck. I can see any being someone's favorite. Yours? No, I agree with that. As far as like my favorite fight in the movie, it's probably them in the car. I think is probably my favorite fight in the film. Looks like balls to me. Omn1 2024. We're now at a point where the No Way Home effect is happening to Sonic 3 theaters. Have fan-made foot posters, toys being leaked, and people are demanding a trailer and saying it's poor marketing. The movie's still a long ways away. Like, there's no need. Like, we just want a trailer. Marketing-wise, there's no sense or no need to be putting it out this early yet. So, but people are going to demand it. Sonic fans are a little crazy sometimes. So, it is what it is. The way you talked about Mommy Cassandra with her name. Oh, I mean, sure. I don't know if I would go mommy status with her. If you could rate the Has-Been Hotel and Hello Boss on the lawfully neutral or chaotically good or lawfully neutral, pure neutral, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that on this. That would take up way too much of the stream, and I'm already half an hour behind on the chats at the moment. But that could be maybe its own live stream one of these days. Maybe like a tier list kind of thing or something of the sort. But I feel like I could break down everybody pretty solidly. Gotta go, Omni. Take care. Have a great week. You too. Good vibes. Hope to see you in 2 weeks when I return for our next live stream. Since, again, we will be out of town. Not out of town, but I will be too busy to live stream next weekend. The fact that Matt Reeves is one of the producers of Cape Crusaders shows it's good. Also, J.J. Abrams is involved. There's a lot of creatives mixed into it that are really interesting. Not just next Friday, I meant Friday and the weekend. I meant. Fair enough. Real quick, thoughts on Miyagi prequel since you mentioned it. You down or not? I'm totally okay with them diving into it. I trust these guys to have a story to tell and to honor and respect this whole IP. I think it's interesting how Cape Crusader called Alfred Pennyworth and not Alfred. It is, I don't know, there is like this sterile, incompassionate relationship that seems to exist between this Bruce and this Alfred. Obviously, Alfred deeply cares for Bruce and is trying to get through to him. But like, the way Bruce treats Alfred is so different than we've seen in other iterations. Like, sure, he's brash, sure, he's rough around the edges and cold sometimes, but it's almost like he's just so far at a distance between him. Like he's not letting Alfred anywhere near him internally. It's a little different than a lot of the cases that we've seen. Like in most cases, I'm more familiar with him being like a father figure and them having that kind of open honesty, but still having like a compassion there. But like that little moment at the end of the last episode where he's like, hey, the coffee's cold, when Alfred's like reaching out, trying to get him to check on him emotionally, and he just diverts the conversation to, hey, butler, my coffee's cold. He's like, oh, no, I'll get you another one, sir, and leaves. I was like, God damn. I don't know. Maybe there's an arc there, but that's just, it caught me off guard a little bit. I didn't even note that he's never called him Alfred yet. If Homelander gets a redemption arc, it ruins everything they've set up for him being an irredeemable piece of shit. The thing is, like, we understand why he is the way he is, but I feel like if there is some semblance or idea of him becoming self-aware and remorseful, it would have to end with his demise. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they could pull that off though. I think she's in 4. Not big. It's not that big because I missed her. Homelander versus Omni-Man is going to be one bloody good fight. This is the thing though. If it's live action Homelander versus cartoon Omni-Man, Omni-Man destroys him before he can even blink. I've heard comic book Homelander is way more OP. Like, more in line with a traditional Superman, more in line with Omni-Man from what we've seen. I'm only familiar with the live action Homelander, but from what we've seen and what has been depicted, Homelander, he couldn't even move him. Like, I feel like base, like, end of season 1 Invincible could beat the fuck out of Homelander. Like I said before, like I keep coming back to, they've shown just how not as powerful as he seems to be. In his world, he is powerful. But when you compare his world to other worlds, he's not really. You know, he almost got killed by 3 Captain Americas. That's just 3 Olympic level dudes for the most part. Given one of them had a chest laser cannon thing, but he didn't get hit with it, so I don't know. Well, no, Butcher did have heat rays, so it's something. I hope Kenny and Anthony become friends because Anthony was his bully before Kenny joined Cobra Kai. I'm sure they will in the end. Death Battle did that. They did an animation. They didn't do an actual episode about the two. Not that I've seen. Okay, for real leaving this time. Gotta ask since finale's tomorrow. I almost did it again. I almost said How to Train Your Dragon. House of the Dragon death predictions. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go, like, if I had to pick anybody that may die in the next episode, like, I'm gonna throw it out there, maybe Aegon, or I feel like it's too early for Aemon to go. It's definitely on the table for Aegon. Again, I'm not intimately familiar with the history, so I've avoided the book. I know how it resolves at the end, but I don't know all the intricacies, so no spoilers for that, please. But I'd probably say my safest bet is probably maybe Aegon. Or hell, maybe they flip it on us. Maybe it is Aemon. Maybe they do, like, pull the rug out from under us. I don't know. I don't think anybody on Team Black is going to die this season. Not yet, anyway. I haven't really felt that. I've been away for too long, but what is your rake? I've been away for too long, but what is your rake? I'm not sure what you mean. Did you need to correct this? What are your feelings on the K? Okay, so this is probably one of those comments that you deleted and then resubmitted. Been away for a while. What are your feelings on the K? I still don't know what you mean. I don't on the K. I'm not sure. I need clarification, Ragu. Seeing Galactus in his full form in Fantastic Four First Steps will be amazing. It's like a redemption arc for Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, where we didn't really get to see Galactus. He was just a giant space fart. Let's see. It's a shame we couldn't get an actual actor from, say, Romania to play Doctor Doom. I mean, it's not like being from an Eastern European country is the least bit foundational to his character. I mean, that's very, very true. Spider-Man at least interacts with Doom, because that could be a good scene. I mean, Spider-Man interacting with anybody could be a really good scene, you know? Do you... Ragu, I can't decipher half of what you're asking me right now. At this point, I'm not sure. I don't have timestamps, so I don't know if these were ones you deleted or not. Yeah, okay, you deleted these. Okay. Oh, I wish, and I don't know how they could fix that in the API or anything like that, but if StreamYard had a way to remove deleted comments, that would be fucking fantastic. I will die before I finish One Piece, because right now I gotta grind Supernatural, and I'm still on X-Files. Hell yeah. Speaking of X-Files, I just got the new Claudia Gray book, which is interesting because I've only known her to do Star Wars and some other science fiction stuff, but then she hit us with this X-Files book set after the events of the most recent season. So I'm excited to finally find some time to get to read that. Do I like James Gunn's suit? Sorry for the extra A. Yeah, I do. I like it enough. It's fine. I don't like the texturing. I don't like the material. I like the look. Like, if I squint at it, looks great. And in some lighting, some angles, it looks better than others. I don't dislike it. I feel like it should be made of like a thinner material. That's kind of my only major critique of it. But who knows? We'll see what happens in the when it goes through post-production and stuff like that. What do you think about casting different characters and how close they have to be? I think that they should cast how they look, not necessarily to their genetics. Feels like a kind of racism to limit yourself needlessly, especially since you're more likely to get a better actor. Well, I don't know if you're more likely to get a better actor. I think all things considered, like, there's a lot of different ways that could play into it, but I see what you're saying. Like, as long as you look the part, regardless of whatever, just, you know, put them in the running for it, and then whoever makes the cut makes the cut. I kind of agree with that to an extent. It really depends. You know, I'm kind of in a place right now where if we can get somebody who is the Thing, representation is a very important part to play, especially with people getting a chance to, you know, represent their own. You know, that's been a problem for a long time. I get what you're saying. I agree to a certain extent, but I also feel like if we can, we should try to put somebody in there that can represent their own people, you know, as this character who was meant to represent their own people, you know. So, like, I don't know. It's tough, man. Business is business. Shit happens, but ideally, that's what I feel like we should probably be doing. Viv's really said to diehard Luna fans, like, I hope you're hungry for nothing. And I don't feel bad at all because there's always the next hell of a short, fingers crossed. Yeah, what people who, well, except for that fight in Full Moon, man, she was beating some ass. There's some good Luna moments in that episode, but yeah, they've been starving Luna fans for a while now. It would have been funny to hear Deadpool say, Radcliffe, Wolverine, pull your jets, Harry. You're not the Wolvie I need. Now I'm gonna Wingardium Leviosa out of here. I feel like we could workshop that interaction a little bit better there, but yeah. I hope MM gets revenge on Love Sausage. Me too, man. Me too. What's up, that Star Wars guy? How you doing? MM's definitely gonna chop that thing off before I hear. What was all that thing? Nice shirt, man. Thank you, thank you. Dude, is that the? Is that a picture of you with like the actual animatronic suits from like the movie or whatever? That looks sick. Not the wee wee. Love your channel, man. You have some of my favorite reactions and discussions too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm surprised Homelander never met Mother's Milk yet, since he loves milk. Good one. Azazel, thank you, was Nightcrawler's dad's name. I've been trying, I haven't looked it up because I just haven't felt the desire to. But I've been like, why am I forgetting his name? I wanted an Omega level Halle Berry Storm who just wipes everybody out. That would have been fun, for sure. What's up, Smigsley? Saw Deadpool and Wolverine the other day, and it sure was a Deadpool movie. Only complaints were no Domino, and the Deadpool core had wasted potential. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't even a mention of Domino. It kind of confused me for a bit. But we'll see. Wesley said it was entirely fake in an interview. I don't know how true it is, but okay, interesting. I have a feeling that the Umbrella Academy final season is going to be so emotional. Yeah, I mean, 6 episodes. It's only 6. It's only 6 episodes, too. So they're going to have a lot of time to, or not have a lot of time to kind of give us all these resolutions and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how they execute it all. Who said it was fake? Like Cooper said, he said it was fake in a SDCC interview. What, all the Blade 3 drama? Or what are we talking about? Loved your reaction to Bottoms. That movie was wild. Would you mind a sequel or no? I'm not sure what a sequel would look like. Just them bringing the club to college, maybe? I mean, I'd totally be down for a sequel, sure. They rewrite the Blade movie to being about his sword, Blade. At this point, I'd wait for a Blade film until after they rebooted. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea at this point. Thought of you earlier this week, and then they announced the new Old Republic Funkos. Oh, I'm sorry. What? There's new ones. Oh, so it looks like from Old Republic 2, they're making some Old Republic 2 Funkos. And some SWTOR stuff too. Yeah, Scion, Nihilus, Traya. Okay, hell yeah. Sadly, I hate to say it, I've still never been able to play more than an hour and a half of KOTOR 2. No matter what computer, what device, what system, every time I've tried to play it, I would hit that glitch where it automatically skips all your dialogue. If you play for more than 30 minutes, every scene of dialogue you enter automatically gets skipped to your decisions. Can't figure out how to fix it, can't play it, can't ever, whatever. I've never been able to actually play the game. And it's so irritating. Marshall Ali, I actually think is a great choice as Blade. I hope it still happens. The only thing we've gotten from him so far is a voice cameo at the end of the Eternals. That's it so far. That is definitely it so far. Ready for Geek Week for Netflix this month? What do you think they will announce? Well, I mean, they gave us some categories of things. You know, Cobra Kai, Squid Game, Arcane, Stranger Things. There's a couple other things in there as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a couple different things. So we're probably going to get some news or a little teaser or nuggets for a lot of the big series that are on the way. Javier Bardem as Doom or nah? I mean, that could work. He wouldn't be a bad choice. Ever played many fighting games? Really into MK and Guilty Gear. I mean, I did a whole Let's Play on Mortal Kombat here on the channel. I've been a Mortal Kombat guy since birth. I absolutely love that world, those characters, and all of that stuff. Mortal Kombat's my jam. I love some fighting games, but not all of them. Like, there's Mortal Kombat's definitely one of my favorites. I like the Naruto games. I like a lot of the Dragon Ball games, Super Smash, stuff like that. Not a huge Street Fighter guy. I like Tekken enough. Soul Blade, not so much Soul Calibur. I like Soul Blade. I never really got too into Soul Calibur. But I'm fine for the most part though. But if we're talking any of them, if I had to choose any of them, it would definitely be Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat. And thank you for the super chat, Ragu. YouTube won't let me comment on your live. I don't think I'm being mean, but there's some money to say. But here's some money to say hi. I already tipped you for the last hour. What's going on? Why is it screwing with you so bad here? That's so weird. Like, some of your stuff is coming up, but a lot of your messages are just getting deleted. Well, obviously, I think you're retracting them because you're not able to type it correctly or something. That's weird. I don't know. That sucks. Thank you, though. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Here we go. Have I read the details on Has Been Hotel Season 2? I have. When you say Chris Evans before the Flame On reveal, did you know it was Torch? For a second, no, I didn't. Like, it wasn't until they started really leaning into it. I was like, oh no, it's going to be Johnny. At first, when he was just up there, I was like, oh, it's Cap. I was like, what kind of Cap is trapped here? I had a brain fart moment there. I should have known better. But it was once he really started to sound it off and they were dragging it out, the reveal, that I was like, okay, it's going to be Johnny. Because the second he took the hood off, too, I was like, okay, there it is. It's Johnny. But for a second, when he was up there on the rafters, I was like, ooh, Cap! I love that the MCU loves to embrace characters' comic accurate suits. What would you say is your favorite one? Like, if we're talking, like, overall, man, I gotta go with, like, Tony's suit. Tony's, like the first Iron Man suit, or Doctor Strange's getup. I think those are some of my favorite comic book kind of just torn right off the page. When is Nifty gonna get her song? Who knows? I hope she gets one though. You think Hulk, Thor, and Hawkeye will ever team up again? Probably. More than likely. They're all still active in this timeline, so I'm sure they will. Do you think Deadpool will meet Kevin from the She-Hulk? I doubt it. I doubt Kevin will ever come up again. If Chaggy is getting their own finger-quoting fun and sexy song, does that mean that they're getting their song while losing their virginities? I mean, maybe. But I don't know if that's necessarily what that means. But who knows? I'm excited to see more of them being a couple, because Season 1 really didn't focus on that at all. Can't believe you spoiled the movie with the shirt you were wearing. Did Renner make a full recovery after his accident? Because if he didn't, we probably won't see Hawkeye. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Oh my gosh, okay. I've considered them two timelines, with DOFP being the intersection, one class being the only one that's canon to both. Maybe? You could be right about that. Do you think the Wolverine versus Sabretooth fight felt anticlimactic? Yeah, kinda, but I mean, I feel like that's how it should go. Dogpool, you killed my papa. So where does Cassandra Nova rank on your best and worst MCU villains compared to Ultron, Thanos, or or even the High Evolutionary? She's above Ultron. she's above Ultron. Again, asking me to rank stuff in the middle of a live stream is not ever going to get you the results you want. So I would recommend not doing that. But that's the best I can get. She's probably top 10, maybe. I have to think about it. Not one of my favorites. She was serviceable in what she did, what she was there for. She was cool. Her power, she's busted as fuck compared to some people they would have faced in any other normal situation. But, like, depth-wise, very surface level. Makovu or Stewart, these timelines, they are confusing. Dead or alive, you're coming along with me. You'll recover, Wade. You always do. I agree the timeline with X-Men can be mostly after Days of Futures Past. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is up with the actual X-Men timeline. At this point, doesn't really matter, it seems like. Let's see. If they didn't show that clip of Wolverine and Sabretooth running at each other, a little anticlimactic, but this was their first interaction technically. That is very true. Have I seen A Quiet Place Day 1? Not yet. No. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it to the theater to catch it, but I want to, but we'll see. There may be talks about a Miyagi prequel series, but not much of a Chosen spin-off series. One of the lucky few Cobra Kai fans demanding that spin-off. Hey, I don't know what that would look like, to be honest, Chosen. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know what that would look like. I don't know how you would make that interesting in its... I don't know if there's enough meat to make a Chosen series, as much as I would love more Chosen, but you never know. Wolverine and Deadpool were fighting for like 2 minutes before, so that would take up more screen time. That's true. One of the producers, front, Bruce Timm, nothing needed there. Ed Brubaker, comic legend, especially on Batman, and wrote a very good GCPD comic books. James Tucker, mind behind Brave and the Bold, too. There's a lot of great heads involved in this show, just like looking at the people behind it. So I've got faith in it. I've enjoying the shit out of it, man. And I'm excited to get into the next episode tonight. Let's see. I just gotta know which Ragu wants to skip. I don't know if you read this because I think you skipped me or just didn't pay attention, but I hope there's news about Cage 4 or D23 happening next week. If I don't see news about it, I'm gonna lose it. I hope we get something sometime soon. But as far as I know, I haven't skipped you, so it could be one of these things where sometimes YouTube just randomly filters or deletes comments. Because the last one I see for you, which I did read, was this. The comment about seeing Galactus. And I did read that. But that's the only one on the list here for me. Until this comment. Gen V banging scene with Sam and Emma got me busting. I'm not prepared for how Shaggy would do whatever they do. Well, I'll have to wait and find out, man. Ignore my recent comments. Spacebar equal post. That's what was happening. What? That sucks. Let's see. What's up, Country Shape Media? How are you? I'm doing good. Finally got to see Rendell 2. It was what I was expecting, and I loved it. Rendell 2? I don't know what that is. Soldier Boy chest make me think of Godzilla Blast. A little bit, yeah. Puss in Boots versus Dogpool. Well, I mean, as far as we can tell, does Dogpool even have a healing factor? Sean brings up a very good question. And what's Dogpool's fighting capability? Otherwise, it's just Puss in Boots stabbing a poor puppy. It's not much of a fight. Maybe in the animation world, when Cocky Puss slashes him tenfold, but nothing happens. I just realized that most variants in the Void Prune place are Loki and Deadpool variants. Makes sense because they're some of the biggest Marvel Mischiefs shenanigan characters. That they are. There's a lot of Lokis and a lot of Deadpools. Surprised there's not any other She-Hulks, though. I mean, considering she's a fourth wall breaker, she's not really like a shenanigans person, though. So, never mind. Scratch that. I don't know why I brought that up. Spider-Man just needs to interact with everybody. True, true. True, true. Yes, I got him to talk about the X-Files. Cool looking book, though. Can't wait to get into it. Fingers crossed for Borderlands getting the biggest surprise treatment, just like the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie a decade ago. Yeah, there's not a lot of excitement for this Borderlands movie. And the trailers haven't really sold me on it, but I'm not a huge Borderlands person myself. So apparently Robert Downey Jr. got arrested in the past, and Ezra Miller did too, and they still get to act. But for Jonathan Majors, he can't anymore. I don't know, that seems a little racist in my opinion. I've seen that come up a lot. The Ezra Miller thing is one of the most mind-boggling things I've seen in a long time. There's a lot of different nuances to get into this, and like, maybe this probably isn't the place, but I'm just going to give you my short thoughts. This was recent. This isn't like Robert Downey was blacklisted for over a decade. You know, he went through rehab. He lost literally everything. He went to jail, and he didn't get his comeback until like over 10 years after a lot of those events. And he only got that out of like a favor. Nobody wanted him in any primary roles. He like getting jobs was a struggle, a difficult struggle for him to get back into. Again, because he was like, as they say in the industry, he was box office poison at the time until Jon Favreau fought for him to be Iron Man. And then that changed everything. You know, it took a literal decade for him to have his comeback. And for somebody to be willing to give him the chance to do that. Also, it was like DUIs, drunk driving, stuff like that. Again, we don't necessarily know, as far as the public goes, what the ruling is on Jonathan Majors' situation, but I don't know if I would put that in just physically, emotionally abusing a human being in the same category. Again, I'm not saying that that's true, but that's what's being debated here. And it's just, that's still recent. Like, they are still hashing this out in court. Like, it's still up in the air. Like, they're not the same. You could relate that more to the Ezra Miller situation, though. Like, dude was in the news, like, every week for something new and crazy, you know, and they were like, okay, I guess we're gonna still put this movie out. We just won't focus on him. And like, I don't know, like it's a sticky ass situation. Like that, I would think is a little more comparable. The Robert Downey Jr. comparison isn't. Like if in 10 years and some reform happens or whatever, if he needs it, again, we don't know. I'm not saying he's guilty or whatever. We don't know. And if there is new information one way or the other, I haven't heard that or read it, so I don't know. I don't know the truth of the matter. All we know are the accusations. So it just depends on what happens with that. But it's not the same situation. Anyway, 2 cents. Little brother just told me that he watched the finale of Bunked, and he's sad because it was the last Disney Channel show he was watching. Thing is, that show was on when I was in high school. I've never heard of that show. It's been on for 9 years, 7 seasons, 161 episodes. Most Disney Channel shows only last 3 seasons. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. July 31st was my birthday. Well, happy belated birthday. Hope it was a good one. Me, I'm hungry. I want Luna's... What the fuck? I mean... Just show me the promo of the finale. Most of the characters are adults now. It feels like it's turned into just a regular show you see on ABC. Interesting. I mean, I don't have any context at all for it, so sorry I don't have too much to add to that. Their bad blood, again, very confusing. We may have discussed this already, but with them seeding the Miyagi was a boxer, I'm gonna guess they may implement some boxing techniques into Miyagi-Do fighting styles. I'm curious about where they're gonna go with that. I really am, and I'm so intrigued and interested in it. I mean, did they? I don't know if I would call any of what she did a twerk. I don't know, maybe I need to rewatch it. I'm not sure. But to let people watching blop 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 like Marty thinks to Homelander. Yeah, there was definitely some fan service with Luna in that episode. Domino's the only one that actually survived, and before the movie started, got a movie trivia about Deadpool and Domino, so that was weird. Yeah, I saw that too. The whole trivia thing that popped up did mention her, but then the movie doesn't at all. Would the sequel be called? Tops? Can we get a threequel? Switches! I see what you're doing there. I mean, honestly, like, the title, I still don't even know what the title actually meant in context to the movie. Because it felt like, other than they were all at the bottom of the totem pole in the school. And I just came up with that on the top of my head just now. I don't know what that was actually meant to imply about this show, because in what we're referring to here in your comment, none of that really played a part in the movie at all. Shatterstar is like the one X-Force member Deadpool doesn't really like, so weird that he made it over them all. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about reacting to Death Battle. I tried once. I tried to react to the Yoda versus Sora fight. Or no, the Yoda versus Kingdom Hearts Mickey fight. And it just kept getting blocked. They kept claiming it, blocking it, wouldn't release it, whatever. So I just never ended up posting it. So I've tried, but they've not been very fun to play with in that front. I've seen other people react to their stuff all the time, but they didn't let me. So I don't know. So excited for D23 because we'll get a look at Percy Jackson Season 2 and leaked that we're getting the Orville Season 4 announcement. Time to enter the glory hole once again. I've never seen a single episode of the Orville, man. I'm excited to see what they do with Percy Jackson Season 2, though. I want that bot video game with the game lip syncing, with what you say. Hey, one day we'll get there. Have you tried Multiverses? I have. I played it during its initial early access run. I've got the founder stuff, all that kind of crap. I've played a lot of it. I haven't played it in like a month and a half though. It's a Warner Brothers fighting game with like yeah. I'm intimately familiar with it, I'll say. Jeremy has a movie coming out. What's up, Scorpio? What do you think about Hazbin Hotel Season 2 releasing in a couple of years? See, I don't know. I wonder how that's going to play out. Like when we're going to get it. All they said about when it's going to come out is it will take less time than between the pilot and Season 1, which I would hope so. But yeah, I don't know. I was expecting with Amazon knowing how they do things, they would rush to have it out spring next year, or even still like early Q1 of next year. But I don't know. Who knows? I want a Hawkeye Season 2 because I want to see flashbacks when he first became Hawkeye. I'm surprised we didn't get his origin story yet. I don't think we're going to be honest, but I would like a Hawkeye Season 2 regardless. I have a mortgage to pay, and I've been charged double. You know how it works. See ya. You subscribed with love. Thank you so much, Ragu. You're the best. Hulk and Thor are dads now, and they're setting up the Young Avengers, so we'll probably see them for sure. Assuming we still get that Young Avengers movie. Let's see. Good news. Omni, The Kingdom of the Planet of Apes is on Disney Plus now. I still need to watch the one that came before it. I'm still a movie behind. For years we had Hulk and Abomination. Now we've added 3 Hulks to the roster. That we have. What's up, Dollface? Have I watched Gravity Falls? No, I've not seen an episode of it. I heard amazing things about it. It is one of those shows that I do need to check out one of these days, and hopefully I will be able to sometime. I feel like they do pay off the whole anchor beans thing. They'll make Spider-Man the anchor bean. See, the thing, the way I hang up on that is like, I don't know if they would make Spider-Man, who is still a Sony-owned character, and is completely contingent on them maintaining this contract and this relationship that they have to renew every couple of years. So I don't know if they would make their anchor bean somebody they don't actually own. During this live stream, I got news from Discussing Films on Twitter, and that there's an animated Evil Dead series in the works. I did see that from Bruce Campbell, he was saying that there are 2 Evil Dead movies, both in active development right now, and they're looking to get them picked up by a studio. So that's also something else Evil Dead related that's in the works. I haven't heard about the animated series though. What dragon would you rather claim? A dragon from House of the Dragon or a dragon from How to Train Your Dragon? I would only want a dragon from How to Train Your Dragon if it was one of the same ones as Toothless. Kinda okay with not having any of the other ones. Otherwise, I would just go with the dragons in House of the Dragon because they're all a little more consistent across the board. YouTube. No, you can't watch Death Battle. Mwahaha. Rendell 2 are finished superhero films about a Punisher-type vigilante named Rendell who seeks to eliminate a criminal organization called Vala in his home city. Never heard about that. Maybe I'll have to check that out one of these days. Take it easy, horse lover. Have a great rest of your weekend. You as well. It looks like we are caught up. I think we're caught up with everything. Joking aside, I'm glad Marvel's not recasting Hugh Jackman's Wolverine anytime soon. Honestly, we'll see what happens. I think we're probably going to hold off on recasting any of these major characters like Hugh Jackman until after Secret Wars. I think they're going to hold that out until now. Yeah, we'll see. Hiccup's mom's dragon. Oh yeah, wait, what did he look like? Cloud Jumper. Oh, yeah, totally. I would totally be down for, sorry, her. No, okay, no, yeah, sorry. I was right the first time. I threw myself off there. Cloud Jumper's design, I do actually quite enjoy. So I would probably go with that too. But what's Toothless called? Night something? Toothless dragon. Night Fury. Yeah, I would want a Night Fury. I would settle for a Cloud Jumper. Let's see. Close to chat. Tom was crying he couldn't even make 10 solo films from that dispute years ago. Now he wants to know more and had to sign if he wanted to do his new deal, not a trilogy, for Part 4 and the Secret Wars. Will Tom stay after Secret Wars at this point? With Spider-Man 4 having issues? We'll see. I mean, who knows? I mean, right now the MCU is in a really, really weird spot. And that goes with, like, everything. So, who knows how long some of these people that we've been watching for all this time will actually stay around. But we'll see. Always hoping for the best. Preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. But, guys, that's going to wrap up our stream this weekend. Again, I won't have one next weekend, because I'll be in Pittsburgh for Steel City Con on Friday. Huntington Comic Con Saturday and Sunday. But then we should be back on course the subsequent weekend. But hope everybody in the meantime has a lovely 2 weeks. And if I don't see you in any of the videos or interact with you guys anywhere else, have a great time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.